after this 1-minute timeout. You are listening to Championship Hockey on 850 WJAC and 1370 WPAZ in Pottstown.
Number 9, Andy Levengood. Number 12, Mark Skarbeck. Number 37, Kurt Unruh. Number 97, Brendan Gallagher. And number 29, David Charlena, the St. Pius X hockey team. And now, the starting lineups for the Bishop McCort Crushers!
Cambria County War Memorial. We'll let you listen to the starting lineups being introduced for the Bishop McCort Crimson Crushers.
Starting in goal for Bishop McCort is number 1, Sean Rosenbeck. Ladies and gentlemen, your Bishop McCort Crushers.
This place is electric. The Class A state title game. The Bishop McCort Crimson Crushers against St. Pius X Wing Lions. And we'll have the singing of the national anthem. The national anthem will be at the Cambria County War Memorial. This near-capacity crowd on end for the state Class A title. The Bishop McCort Crimson Crushers going up against the St. Pius Wing Lions. Yeah, Art McQuillan, the goosebumps are running, I'm sure, along the arms of everybody down to our right for the Bishop McCort Crimson Crushers. If you're head coach Galen Ed, what are you saying to your team right now?
They just want to get off to a good start. They're an explosive hockey team. They have to make sure that they have their emotions under control and just go about their business and do the things that they've been successful doing and have got them this far. Not to play to the crowd, but they're a veteran hockey team, and 11 seniors, as we mentioned. So I expect them to be focused and come right out of the gate looking to bury one right in the early going.
The officials for this afternoon's game is appointed by the PIAA. The referee is Mike Secor, the second referee Dave Cosick, and the linesman is Jim Coe. The Bishop McCort Crimson Crushers, designated as the home team for this state title game, will be decked out in the home whites with the red, the black, and the gold trim as they move from the right to left for period number 1, while the St. Pius X Wing Lions, designated as the visitors, are decked out in their traveling royal blues with the gold and the white trim, and they skate from the left to right for period number 1. The Bishop McCort Crimson Crushers looking for their third straight Class A title here this afternoon. 29-1-0 on the campaign for the Crimson Crushers, while St. Pius, in just their second year of varsity hockey competition, an overall record of 18-4-2. It's been an exciting day of hockey action. It'll all culminate with this game here about to get underway within the next 2 minutes.
It's great to see that the Johnstown community's turned out to back this event. I was just, like you indicated, there are very few seats available in this building right now, and the emotions are running high. It's just a super effort by the tournament committee, Jim Lauder, Bob Knudsen, Tom Strittmatter, Dave Crichton, people that really worked to bring this day to its fruition, and it's just great to see for the Johnstown hockey community, and that these kids will have this experience, which they'll remember for a long, long time.
Certainly will. The team's aligned at center ice as we're about to get this Class A state title game underway. The puck is dropped, and here we go. The McCort Crushers controlling the opening faceoff. Here's Houston, right wing side, trying to slip it out in front, and it dances across the doorstep before it's poked to the near boards by the wing Lions. Look out here, they may have a 2-on-1. Here's Gallagher leading the rush. Left wing side, he's got Levengood cutting between the circles, but he could not handle the pass. Bishop McCort nearly got caught behind the play, and now a penalty upcoming. I believe it'll be going against the Crimson Crushers, a slashing call here. And it looks like Sean DeShong will be the legally challenged. He is off to the penalty box for the next 2 minutes, and so the Wing Lions, just 20 seconds into this game, nearly with a good scoring bid, will now go to work on the first man advantage for either team of the afternoon.
Sean DeShong, 2 minutes for slashing.
Sean DeShong, a 2-minute minor for slashing, 20 seconds in, and indeed St. Pius skating with a 5-on-4 advantage now for the next 2 minutes.
Number 12 for St. Pius, Mark Skarbeck, really jumped into the play, showed some good wheels, controlling that puck to force McCort to take that illegal infraction.
So we'll see how the early disadvantage situation affects McCourt's confidence as they are short-handed 5-on-4 for the next 2 minutes. Deep inside of their own end, they'll win possession of the puck and play it up the near boards, but it caught something on the players' bench area as Kuchma tried to clear. And so the face-off going all the way back inside Crimson Crusher territory. 14:26 remaining in the first period, still scoreless. 1:46 to go on this St. Pius 10th power play.
McCort special teams have been a real dominant factor all year long as well. So they get offensive when they're in a penalty kill situation. They don't take a back seat. They'll come out with all guns blazing in this. A lot of teams at certain times will relax when they go to the power play. McCort turns it up a notch and really can catch some teams by surprise at certain times.
False face-off. They'll have to line it up and do it again as head coach Galen Head behind the bench tonight after serving his 2-game suspension for altercations that occurred in the locker room during the Penguin Cup final series. But he's back behind the bench and watches on here as his team wins the face-off to the line they play it, and Brett Houston just did get it across the blue stripe before it's played back in by Scott Moore of the wing line. So an offside infraction will bring up a face-off outside of the McCort end. A very sluggish start here to this first period. Not even a full minute played. We've had 3 whistles. Face-off outside the McCort end as it's controlled by the Crimson Crushers. Skating with it near side is Kuchma. He's able to wrist it off of the boards all the way back inside of the wing Lions end. First one back is Matt Cizak. With that puck, trying to make something happen. Will skate it back in behind his own net. He's being hooked down on the play by Brett Houston. Houston after the puck now in the near corner with his stick being held by Cizak. Could not get to that puck. It's played beyond the reach of the man at the left point and Justin Loftus. And Loftus will have to go back as he plays it off the boards back out the center. The wing lines down to 1:10 remaining on this man advantage. A giveaway at center. Oncoming is Loftus. Trying to skate his way on the left wing side of the St. Pius end. He lost it. Levengood dumped down at center. A heavy check placed on him as he was sent flying by Josh Pyro. Here's Pyro short-handed. Right wing side, his wrist shot, and he just missed the near post. It'll bounce off of the boards to the left point. Loftus able to keep things alive. He goes deeper in the zone looking for Kuchma, but it's poked out of his reach. Jakubowski at center for McCort is able to play it off the near boards all the way back inside the Lions' end. 45 seconds remaining on this St. Pius power play as they're having trouble getting out of their own end. Here's Chris Carlson with a steal. Carlson will get around one man, trying to get it around the second. He'll drop it off. Coming into the zone is Pyro. His wrist shot, save made that time by goaltender David Sarletta, and the rebound was just missed by Chris Carlson. Carlson with a heavy check in the near corner, but he lost possession. St. Pius content just to roll it down the near dashers all the way back inside the McCort end. Martis back on the scene. We'll play it near side, out of the reach of Chris Carlson. Loose puck at center, gathered in by Levengood of St. Pius the 10th, and he'll snap in the right wing corner. 10 seconds remaining on this wing Lion power play. They have yet to penetrate the zone as it's shifted right back out to center. 12:45 remaining, first period, still scoreless. Long lead pass down the left wing side will carry him inside the McCort end. First one back is Dan Martis. He sweeps it around the boards, but not out. Here's Levengood shooting, blocked out of the penalty box. For the Bishop McCort Crimson Crushers is DeShaw. Carlson on the right wing side leads the rush, gets around the defense. His wrist shot and the save made by Sarletta. Chris Carlson from point blank could not beat Sarletta, and the puck is played out across the blue stripe onto center. Loose in front of the wing Lions bench area. Racing after it was Pyro. He could not get there. Following is Stevie Zamias. He cuts around one man between the circles, knocked off his skates. Fans wanted a call, none to be found. Play will go on. It's lifted off of the backhand of Scott Moyer, the length of the ice. If it makes it, it will be an icing, but it does not, and Jakubowski goes back to command it for the Bishop McCort Crimson Crushers. Jakubowski's lead pass. He's got Chris Carlson at center, going right wing side. Steve Zamias poked away neatly by Scott Moyer, and back go the wing Lions. Trying to penetrate his way into the zone was Adam McGee, but he lost control of that puck, and right there is Kenny Repak. Well, the Crushers to snap it long and deep inside the Lions' end. Here's Repak with a steal now. He cuts in between the circles, lost that puck. It's finally gathered in by the Lions and forced out across the line by Brendan Gallagher. Gallagher had his pocket pick, but following is McGee, right wing side, trying to get a shot away. Jakubowski will thwart that attempt. It's Jason Jakubowski, the near corner of his own end, to find John Malora. Malora in his first shift of the game, skating on to center, hit by Gallagher, but he keeps coming. Will play it off of the skates of Kenny Repak inside the wing line then and sent right back out to center. McCort has to clear the zone. They did not do it before they send it in. Delayed offside negated. As they finally do get onside, Jakubowski had his pocket picked by Levengood. And right there, Andy Levengood able to shovel it to the McCort line. 11:10 remaining first period, still scoreless here in the Class A state title game. Coming on to center is Greg Kuchma for Bishop McCort. Will get around one man. He pokes in the zone. Brett Houston will have a chance here. Houston in front, deflected by DeShong, and it's just wide of the net. The rebound, DeShong tried to ship it back out on the low slot area, but it's covered up by goaltender David Sarletta, and a face-off upcoming to the right of the St. Pius net.
Very unselfish play by Houston. Really controlled that puck. Waited patiently for DeShong to come open. Centered it, and DeShong just sort of handcuffed him a little bit. He couldn't get the type of shot off he wanted, and just went wide just a bit.
10:57 remaining first period. Still scoreless here in the Class A state title game, along with Art McQuillan, Greg DeVito here. It's a pleasure to have you with us on the Hockey Network, bringing you the game, radio side, and also via tape delay on Prime Sports KBL. As Crimson Crushers walk it in, Brett Houston with a wrist shot. The save made by Sarletta. The rebound free to the near corner. Racing after it is Kutchma. His centering feed was blocked aside by the wing Lions, and out they come, two men strong. Leading the rush on the right wing side is Scarbeck. Scarbeck gets around a man. His centering feed, a one-timing bid, and pulling it, the trigger up over the net was Scott Moyer that time, in deep on the play. McCort will have it. Houston trying to come out across his own line. Could not do so as he was hit by Gallagher, and Moyer will snap it right back into the near corner of the McCort end. You know, the wing Lions having some opportunities here in this first period as Bishop McCort trying to come across their own line. Houston leads it out to center. Left wing side, Zamias will dump it off to Kutchma. Kutchma tried to stick handle it himself into the zone, could not. At the right point, Loftus with it. His wrist shot blocked wide that time by Matt Cizak, and Cizak could not clear. Here's Loftus, right point, shooting it, hit the outside of the net. Some fans reacted, thinking that puck had gone in, but it hit the outside of the cage, trying to work it out in front now is Steve Zamias, or rather that Sean DeShong on the play. He's dumped down, and I think a penalty upcoming here against St. Pius X. It'll send McCort to work with their first man advantage of the afternoon when we return. 9:59 remaining first period. We're still scoreless here on 850 WJAC and 1370 WPAZ.
5:01, St. Pius, Gallagher, 2 minutes for charging.
Says it all. 5 seconds into the man advantage. The Crimson Crushers have struck on a wraparound goal. And Bishop McCort leads this game 1-0.
Steve Zamias going to get credit for that goal. Nice play down low, snuck out around and was able to beat the St. Pius goaltender down low on the stick side.
David Sarletta trying to get there, but he could not cut it off at the near post, and Stevie Zamias able to bank it in. It's a 1-0 Bishop McCort lead. The goal coming at the 5:07 mark, and here they come again. Right wing side, Pyro in front. It was deflected up over the crossbar that time by his line mate coming on. Loose in the near corner. St. Pius reaching for it, could not get there. Josh Pyro will bank it in behind the net. Chris Carlson belted to the boards by Gallagher. Oh, did he have him lined up from about 10 feet away and absolutely planted him. And the wing Lions able to work that puck all the way back into McCort's end. Mike Hudek back on the scene. Will have it in the far corner of his own end. Looks for someone to go on the right wing side. Josh Pyro had trouble getting it out across his own line, and McCort will reassemble inside their own end. Lift it out on the back end. Here's Chris Carlson. Left wing side, trying to walk around the fence. Will go in front. Kutchma has it. Or rather, Pyro shooting the save made. The rebound backhanded just wide of the net that time by McCort. Spun back out in front. Hudek had thoughts of going after it. Instead, he backs off, and oncoming are the wing Lions. Left wing side, leading the rush is Scarbeck. Gets around Hudek. Mortis is there to flat, able to sell the check and send in blind. Well, Danny Mortis and now Levengood running a man. Bodies banging off of the boards here. His whistle blows. With a stoppage and a face-off upcoming inside the McCort end. Some penalty time to be dished out here, but I'm telling you what, there's about 4 crunching body checks in rapid succession there. And now the officials trying to keep tempers a little calm here in the early moments of this hockey game.
A few mothers had their hands over their eyes at that point right there. Brendan Gallagher really throwing his weight around. Steve Carlson answered his body check with a solid one of his own. Looks like they're both going to go.
Well, Carlson is headed off for a boarding call, and I believe Gallagher will as well. You're absolutely correct, Art. So it'll be a 4-on-4 situation.
Gallagher's may be a checking from behind. We'll have to wait and see and get the call, but he really slammed Pyro right between the 1 and the 6 on the back of Josh Pyro's jersey. That could easily have been a checking from behind call. We'll see what the verdict is.
No penalty time just yet to be posted, but Carlson is off along with Brendan Gallagher for St. Pius. Gallagher a 2-minute minor for boarding, and Chris Carlson has picked up a 2-minute minor for elbowing. The penalty's coming at the 6:08 mark, so it will not affect play on the ice. It remains a full and even strength situation between both teams. As this face-off controlled by McCort, they look to clear, but they cannot. Turning with a shot up high as Scarbeck, the save made. Levengood looked for the rebound, but he could not get there, and Brett Houston will turn and lead the charge out. A 3-on-2 for McCort. Here's Houston looking to backdoor it in front. Moyer is able to break things up for the wing Lions and touch it on to center. A nice job there by Moyer, the lone man back. Here's Levengood now back. A wrist shot and the save made by John Brezovic. as he is able to glove that one down the near post and hold on for a face-off deep from McCort ice. 8:27 remaining first period. 1-0 Bishop McCort leading. Steve Zamias a lone goal. I don't even think we've had the announcement of the goal yet, but Zamias was the one to poke it in. Whether or not there's any assist on that power play goal by Steve Zamias, we'll be sure to pass him along as soon as they're made available.
Pyro was on the draw there. I think Pyro generated the puck down low behind the goal line, so look for Pyro to have an assist on that as well.
Face-off upcoming to the left of the McCort net as goaltender John Brezovic stares on. The Crimson Crushers winning the draw. Sean DeShong wrapped up in the near corner of his own end. Right there to command the puck is Brett Houston. He'll try to get the motor going as he makes his way through 3 wing line players and on to center. He leads the rush again. Here's Houston, left wing side. Half a step on the defense. He cuts it in on his forehand in front. Houston shooting at the stop. Made that time by Sarletta. Fed back out in front, but St. Pius is there to break things up, and they turn and go the other way with a 3-on-2. On the right wing side, it's Levengood leading the rush. He'll drop it off. Scarbeck firing. He scores!
Just a super shot. Scarbeck picked that top corner there. Really had a lot of velocity on that shot. And Brezovic, I'm not sure Brezovic even saw it. He may have been partially screened by his own defenseman who was deep in the zone, but boy, did Scarbeck really let that shot go.
Beautiful shot that time, taken by Mark Scarbeck. Andy Levengood is the one who led the 3-on-2 rush, and he dropped it off. Scarbeck was there to pull the trigger from about 30 feet away, and he beats Brezovic. High stick side just underneath the crossbar, and St. Pius has tied the game at 1. Now the goal will come at the 7:02 mark, and so less than 2 minutes after Stevie Zamias put McCort on top 1-0. St. Pius the 10th able to come back and tie things up. Scarbeck from Levengood at 7:02, and we've got a 1-1 hockey game. Bishop McCort with possession now, and on top of things is John Malera. Malera hit right in front of the wing Lions bench area, lost possession, fed off of the boards at center. The puck is James Rizzo. He will flip it inside the St. Pius end, and it's sent back out rather quickly. Bouncing puck at center, finally commanded by Kenny Repak. Repak tried to play it inside the zone. Is it onside? Yes, it is. Malera following with a wrist shot. It was blocked wide and all the way back out to center. 7:20 remaining first period. We're tied at 1. Steve Zamias for McCort and Mark Scarbeck for St. Pius X. Loose puck in neutral. Gathered in by Ken Repak. Wristed all the way around the horn. It'll carry him into the near corner. There is John Malera trying to work it out in front, but St. Pius will break things up, and out to center they come. On the right wing side after it is McGee. Could not get there as Rizzo will beat him to it. Rizzo going over to Loftus, and Loftus out to center to find a wide open Josh Pyro. On the right wing side he comes, a slap shot. Save made by Sarletta, and Sarletta very quick to cover it up, not allowing any rebound as he covers it for a face-off to his left. 6:51 remaining first period. We'll step aside. We're tied at 1 here on 850 WJAC and 1370 WPAZ in Pottstown.
Simply by visiting their table set up in the concourse.
All right, that's 2.
For all your video needs.
Get 2 more in.
Look at this crowd. Whew.
Yeah.
Okay. Back at the Cambria County War Memorial, Chris Carlson just went coast to coast and nearly poked one in. Here's Hudek with a drive now, deflected just wide. Pyro from behind the wing line's net. Trying to work it out in front. He could not. It's finally gathered in by Levengood, and he skates it across his own line. And Martis able to break things up. But there is St. Pius together in the loose puck, and into the zone they come. On the right wing side, Gallagher's centering feed was broken up by McCort and fed back on inside the St. Pius end. 6:05 remaining first period. We're all tied at 1 apiece. Gallagher coming in was lined up by Martis. Martis lost his lumber, but is able to knock Gallagher away from that bouncing puck. And deep inside of his own end to take a man for McCort is Chris Carlson. Gallagher sent him flying with a good open ice check. Puck is worked along the center. Levengood will turn with possession, looking to chop it up to Scarbeck. It was picked away by Sean DeShong. He dumps it off to Brett Houston, coming 1-on-2. He's got a trailer now, and DeShong in front of the net. Houston took the shot himself, and the save made by Sarletta. The rebound, Houston in front. With a backhand shot is Kutchman. The save again by Sarletta as he holds on with a face-off on the St. Pius end. It looks like a penalty upcoming here. Who's this one going against?
Looks like Greg Kutchman is going to go off for a rough. He stepped in and belted the St. Pius goaltender Carletta in front of the net there. So it looks like McCourt's going to go down a man here.
Well, the penalty will come at the 9:25 mark, and they have opened up the penalty box too. Bishop McCourt's had, I think, Kuchma is arguing that he was dumped down from behind, but from this angle, it really did look like Kuchma gave a little bit extra just to make sure that he got the contact with the goaltender. So the roughing call against Greg Kuchma will send the St. Pius Lions to work on their second man advantage of the afternoon. So far 0 for 1, and they've yielded a short-handed goal, or rather, no, they have not yielded a short-handed goal, a near short-handed goal.
McCourt's forwards have been aggressive, crashing the net all year, so that's no surprise there. And it appears the goaltender is shaken up a little bit. The trainer's out there attending to him. Looks like something with his jaw, but looks like he's going to be ready to go here.
Well, he has to be ready to go, Art, because if you look down on the bench, they do not have a backup goaltender dressed for St. Pius X, and that could really present a problem if anything were to happen to their ace goaltender in David Sarletta. But he appears to be okay, and will put his lid back on and get ready for this power play of the St. Pius X Wing Lions. For Bishop McCort, Mark Skarbek for St. Pius X. The face-off controlled by McCort. Jakubowski will wrist it long and deep inside of the St. Pius end. At the center, though, comes the Wing Lions. Skarbek racing after a loose puck right wing side as Gallagher fed it inside the McCort end. Levengood following now. He's able to play it deeper in the zone. Behind the net, Gallagher brings it near side to Skarbek. On his point, he looks to work it out in front. Dumped out on a good check that time by Loftus. And it's gathered in by the Crimson Crushers. On to center, they come short-handed. Brett Houston leading the rush. He's 2-on-2 short-handed with DeShong. A poke check placed that time by Scott Moyer knocked the puck away from the reach of Brett Houston. And as Houston went after the near corner of the St. Pius end, they'll pin it to the boards long enough for a face-off. Upcoming to the right of the St. Pius net.
Real nice play by Justin Loftus there, establishing a physical presence on defense, really taking the body. Skarbek, from what we've seen thus far, first 10 minutes, he's been their most dangerous offensive threat for these Winged Lions, and Loftus with a nice, good, solid body check to eliminate him from that play as they challenge the McCort netminder.
4:59 remaining first period. We're tied at 1, a minute 24 to go on this power play for the Wing Lions. Face-off upcoming to the right of the St. Pius net. The left point, Loftus looks to keep. He did on the first attempt, and with that puck now is Pyro cutting it in. Pyro, right wing circle, his wrist shot, and it glanced off of the pipe in behind goaltender Sarletta. He'd beaten him low to the ice. Unfortunately, the Metallurgy save kept the puck out of the net. The Wing Lions reassembling from behind their own net. Gallagher looks to lead the rush. Gallagher deflecting it on to center where Loftus is the first one there for McCort. He was stood up by Gallagher, lost it. Look out here, Levengood coming back. Levengood skating with it. A slap shot of the kick save made by Brezovic that time on a good low blast by Levengood from about 40 feet away. Puck is gathered in by McCort, and they'll wrist it all the way back inside the Wing Lions end. Down to 40 seconds remaining on the man advantage. 4:15 to go first period. We're tied at 1, and this the Class A state title game. The Bishop McCort Crimson Crushers against the St. Pius X Wing Lions. Mark Skarbek at center, back inside of his own line, looking for Levengood now on the left wing side. The pass a bit out of his reach. Jakubowski going back on the play. From behind the Bishop McCort net, he'll just set up shop there as a valuable power play time ticking away for the Wing Lions. And Jakubowski cutting out the right side of his own end is able to fire it all the way back into the St. Pius zone. With possession now is Matt Cizak. Cizak nearly had his pocket pick, but he gets that puck back. Two-men trap for Bishop McCort. Cizak leading the rush. Likes to snap in the left wing corner. A strange bounce brought it out in front. Gallagher shooting, deflected, save. Brezovic a rebound on the doorstep. Matt scramble. Who's going to get there? It's covered up by Brezovic at the last second with Gallagher being dumped from behind, and a face-off upcoming in the McCort end as we're back to full and even strength when we return. 3:34 remaining first period. We're tied at 1 here on WJAC Radio and WPAZ in Pottstown. For the second time in this hockey game, we have missed a goal away to commercial. This one belongs to the St. Pius X Lions, and they've taken their first lead of the afternoon at 2-1. And this place is stunned silent.
Really, Skarbek once again able to move, negotiate his way through the face-off circle there and put it back, beat Brezovic along the ice. Nice little deep move, shoved it past him there, and right off the draw, and Danny Martis Sr. defenseman for McCort, talking to Rezovic, making sure his head's still in the game.
St. Pius goal scored unassisted by number 97.
An unassisted goal, and it will go to Brendan Gallagher, who jammed his way towards the net. He's able to knock it through the pads of John Brezovic. So the unassisted goal at 11:29 has given the wing lines a 2-1 lead. Back on McCort. On the left wing side, a wrist shot. Fired that time by Repack, missed the mark. On the right wing side, able to gather it in as Matt Sullivan is centering feed for Malera blocked. And Malera with it now in the right wing circle, trying to walk it out in front on his backhand. He had it picked away. The wing lines looked to clear. Sullivan kept momentarily, but it is touched back on to center. Now, indeed, this crowd has been quieted, just what the wing lines wanted to do, as they lead 2-1 with 2:50 remaining, first period. Back deep in the zone end is Scott Moyer. Scott Moyer of St. Pius X, trying to clear the zone, could not. Here's Houston between the circles. Could not get the shot away. Jakubowski with a good job to keep it. He lost it. Look out here. Levengood giving chase. Right wing side deep in the McCort end. Martis has him lined up, but it'll be long enough for an icing infraction. And, well, because it is an icing call, that may have saved Levengood. Dan Martis, one of the heaviest hitters for Bishop McCort, had him lined up. And I'm sure he would have put him in about row 5 of Section 9 had that play been onside. But the icing infraction took the face-off all the way back inside the wing line's end.
McCort needs to settle in offensively and not to continue to generate shots on the St. Pius goal cage. They can't get frustrated because St. Pius has been able to slow them down somewhat. If they just keep working, keep playing their style, and execute their game plan, they should be okay here.
2:35 remaining, first period, 2-1. St. Pius X leading Bishop McCort as they have quieted the crowd here at the Cambria County War Memorial. From the face-off, Jakubowski able to lift in the right wing corner. Houston is there, but he's hit away from it. Kuchma giving chase. And his pocket pick to the right point, kept alive by Jakubowski. Firing, blocked by Skarbek. The rebound came to Kuchma, and he sent it out in front. There was DeShong on the doorstep, but he could not find the handle. And the wing lines will turn and go the other way. Levengood leading it out to Moyer up on the play. Moyer's shot off of the body of Jakubowski in the right wing corner of the Bishop McCort end. Levengood with it now. On the left wing side, trying to work it out in front. Moyer spinning, shooting, and it's wide of the cage. It'll bounce to the near side, where Skarbek is the first one there. Skarbek behind the McCort net. It's gathered in by Houston as he tried to clear. He could not. Levengood with the steal of his heavy slap shot was blocked. It never made it through. McCort will finally have it. Can they get it across their line? They do. As from his knees, DeShong is able to shuffle it on to center. Skarbek back, though, to clean up his own end, and here's Levengood out to center now. He'll touch it off the boards to Moyer coming on. Loftus had him lined up. We'll plan him with a stolid body check. Now Jason Petrick and Chris Carlson colliding. Loose puck is gathered in by McCort, and here's Kuchma, left wing side. Heavy slap shot at the glove save made by Surletta. Reacted a little late that time, but got just enough leather to force it out of there. Loftus able to keep for McCort. It's centered in front. Carlson just beyond his reach. The old race after it. Snap one towards the net. Blocked it. Never made it. Here's Kuchma now on his backhand. Centering the puck in front, but it's picked away by St. Pius X. And the wing lines content to play it off the boards and out the center. 1:05 remaining in the period. With a chance is Houston. Right wing side. Had it poked away at the last second that time by Mike Cizak. Cizak with a good play. Carlson is hit by Gallagher. He lost possession. Loftus tried to keep it. He did, but we have an injured player on the play. And the whistle will blow. It's a Bishop McCort member down, Brett Houston, I believe, who was roughed up along the boards, and they'll have to stop play to allow him to gather himself.
Heavy check down there by the St. Pius defenseman. Houston was in somewhat alone, but good foot speed demonstrated by the St. Pius defenseman. I'm not sure which one it was exactly, but able to catch Brett Houston, who's one of the fastest, if not the fastest, Bishop McCort crusher.
Just 57 seconds remaining in the opening period. 2-1, St. Pius X leading Bishop McCort. Mark Skarbek and Brendan Gallagher have picked up the goals here for the Wing Lions, and they have really played a strong first period in keeping Bishop McCort rather quiet, along with his 3,800 plus fans on hand. We're assuming it may even be closer to 4,000 when all is said and done. Face off at neutral, controlled by St. Pius X. It's played right in front of the McCort bench area where gathering things in is James Rizzo. Played up to Carlson. Carlson trying to work his way into the zone. He lost possession. There's Pyro, though, in front, and Carlson's backhand shot just missed the far post. To the right point, Loftus will keep. His turning slap shot is blocked by the Wing Lions. Just 35 remaining in the period. They're content to send it out to center. Look out here. Gallagher may have a chance. Right wing side. Gallagher slows the play down, trying to work it in front, but a good job there by Justin Loftus to smother the puck with his hands as he played it forward. What have we here? I believe they've blown it dead with a hand pass, possibly closing the glove on the puck. Well, you're allowed to forward it out of the defensive zone using an open hand, but because the hand was closed, Art, the face-off to occur in the zone.
Dave Kosick right on that made the correct call. Justin Loftus. Smart heads-up play, though, because St. Pius did have the numbers, so nothing wrong with securing a whistle at that point.
28 seconds remaining first period. 2-1 Wing Lions on top. Face-off upcoming in the McCort end. Bishop McCort has outshot St. Pius X 11-6 in this first period, but trail on the scoreboard 2-1. Face-off upcoming in the McCort end, controlled by Bishop McCort, and Stevie Zamias able to backhand it out the center. Coming on is Josh Pyro with a burst of speed. He was looking for that loose puck, but he could not get there. Loftus with it now will bank it off the right wing board. Zamias had it go behind him, and the Wing Lions may have a chance here. Gallagher trying to come up. Loftus will thwart that attempt as he gave up his body to break up the play. Will squirt down the left wing side of the McCort end, though. Rizzo is after it. Rizzo will backhand it up. McCort trying to clear the zone. Just 2 remaining in the period, and the Wing Lions will skate out of here in this first period with a 2-1 lead as the buzzer sounds, bringing this one to a close. So St. Pius X has the first period that they exactly wanted to have. They lead McCort by the score of 2-1. Second period action is upcoming when we return after this 2.5-minute break here on WJAC Radio and 1370 WPAZ in Pottstown. You know how many season ticket holders I see here sitting in their same seats that they occupy all year long?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay. Back at the Cambria County War Memorial in downtown Johnstown. Second period action underway as the Crimson Crushers trailing 2-1. Coming on is Brett Houston, left wing side. He looks to sneak it out in front. There was Sean DeSong, but he could not get there. Following his Kutchma firing, and the stop made that time by Sarletta. A long rebound. Who's going to get there? The Wing Lions will have it. They can't clear. Marta center point. Heavy slap shot wide of the net. Kutchma near side on his forehand. It's denied by Sarletta, and Sarletta will keep it pinned to the ice at the near post for a face-off upcoming in St. Pius territory. Well, the Bishop McCort Crimson Crushers, Art McQuillan, a bit back on their heels after trailing 2-1 at the end of one. Coming out flying here in the opening moment of the second period.
Now, the one thing jumps out at you. St. Pius not real deep on their bench, and they've got a lot of kids seeing a lot of ice time early. McCort with a little more depth. We'll have to see how that plays out over the course of the afternoon. But the depth, I think, favors McCort. But St. Pius has stepped up, and they couldn't have scripted the first period any better. If they could have choreographed it exactly the type of style they needed to play, they've basically taken the crowd out at this point.
Here's Petrick, center point from the draw. His shot was blocked. Giving up his body that time very well was Adam McGee, and out the center it goes. Petrick gave it away. Look out here. Gallagher gets around Petrick's jack. Right wing side, skating laterally. Slap shot on the blocker. Pad save made by Brezovic. The rebound came out. Chris Carlson will have it. Tackled to the ice by Gallagher. Play goes on. Carlson is shaken up on the play. Gallagher was able to chop one towards the net. It missed the mark, and now it's sent on to center as the Wing Lions will have possession. That puck is Kurt Unroe. Unroe gave it away at center, though. Jakubowski able to backhand it right back into the St. Pius at 10th end. Unroe gave it away in front. Now Zamias shoots and scores! Steve Zamias beating David Sarletta high glow side. And his second goal of the game is tied it at 2.
Zamias wasted no time getting that shot off. He cradled it, released it, and really Sarletta really didn't have a chance on it. Just a good, quick release. Didn't stick handle it, got rid of it right away, and that's picked the crowd up. The crowd's got to get into this game to help McCort out at this point.
Kurt Unroe from behind his own net with a deadly giveaway in front of Stevie Zamias. Wasted little time at firing that one. And Zamias with a second goal of the game has tied it up at 2 apiece for Bishop McCort. Well, an untimely giveaway that time by Unroe from behind his own net in front. And Zamias found the back of the net behind Sarletta. We're all tied up at 2 apiece. Well, Zamias will get the goal. It should be unassisted. Just 1:36 into the second period on the giveaway by Unroe. And so we've got a brand new hockey game. Here's Loftus into the zone to Zamias. Zamias will give way. Pyro cuts in. Pyro dumps it off. Carlson could not pull the trigger. Right point, Loftus has it. His wrist shot deflected, and it missed the net. Here's Carlson with it now. Wraparound bid on his forehand. Shooting, and it clanged over the outside of the pipe. Carlson after it here will have it near side. The Crushers coming on here. Carlson trying to work it away from the man on the ice, and Adam McGee. He finally does pry it out there. Zamias backdoors it in front. It was deflected by St. Pius. Loose puck, and Carlson spins one wide of the cage. In the near corner, Pyro with it on his backhand. Right point to Loftus. Loftus banks it off the boards, deeper inside the wing line's end. Zamias with a seal. Spins it out in front, but Carlson could not get there, and Loftus fails to keep at the center point as it's cleared up ice by Mark Eppenheimer all the way back inside the McCort end. There will be no icing as Loftus goes back, getting away from the check of Andy Levengood, and he plays it on to center. Carlson trying to poke it away from Brendan Gallagher. He could not. Gallagher now battling with Loftus. Loose puck gathered in by McCord, and back they come again. On the right wing side, here's Pyro, but it's an offside infraction as Chris Carlson about 5 strides ahead of the puck on the left wing side. Face-off upcoming outside the St. Pius end.
That last goal by Zamias has livened this crowd up a little bit here, and look for this crowd to get a bit more in the game here, trying back and forth here. Real strong crowd, at least I think you indicated about 3,800 people. There are very few seats here, and it's just great to see the support the Johnstown hockey community has turned out in full force and effect, and really backed this state champion. Good crowds all day, all 3 games. The triple-A game followed by the double-A game, and now here we are at the single-A game.
Even St. Pius X, they've got a very large throng of fans across the way that have made the trip over from the Philadelphia area here, and we would certainly like to welcome all of those fine people here to the great city of Johnstown, and also to those of you listening back in Pottstown on 1370 WPAZ. Back come the McCort Crushers. A backhanded pass in front that time by Matt Sullivan, deflected wide. It's played off of the near boards, the length of the ice. There will be no icing. Is out of his net to play. It is John Brezovic. Mike Udek now, the McCort defenseman from behind his own net. Looks to get the motor going. He'll snap it off the right wing boards. Bishop McCort able to gather it in. The lead pass that time by Sullivan, looking on the left wing side of the oncoming John Malura. Malura takes a heavy check, but he does work it inside the line, and now as it hopped out across the blue stripe, Kenny Repack bringing it back in will have an offside infraction with a faceoff upcoming just outside of the wing line's blue line. 11:34 remaining in the second period. We're tied at 2. Steve Zamias has both goals to his credit for McCort. While Mark Scarbeck and Brendan Gallagher have picked up the goals for St. Pius X. We'd like to welcome those of you on 850 WJC, and thank you for listening. A special thanks to our sponsors, Central Orthotic and Prosthetic Company, First Discount Travel, the Pinewood Restaurant, a.k.a. Sports Cards and Collectibles, Subways of Johnstown, Bob's Custom Carpets, Martella's Pharmacy, and by Murphy's Restaurant. We'll get to the WPAZ sponsors momentarily as we're back to action. Dan Marta skating with it near side. Looks to go left wing. Pass a bit behind Sean Deschamps. It's gathered in by the wing Lions and sent the length of the ice. Will it be an icing call? Yes, it will. So they'll take the face-off all the way back inside the St. Pius end. On 1370 WPAZ in Pottstown, special thanks to our sponsors, George Podor's Lawn Mower Sales and Service, Reed Dallas Insurance Agency, and Frank A. Smith Beverages. We'd like to welcome all of you from the eastern half of the state as you're listening to the St. Pius X Wing Lions going against the Bishop McCort Crimson Crushers. Greg DeVito here along with Art McQuillan. Art, it's been a dandy of a hockey game.
Now 2-2 as we near the 10-minute mark of the second period, and St. Pius has done a nice job here. Real competitive hockey game.
Deschamps chopped one towards the net. It was blocked away by the wing Lions and sent out to center. Delayed offside negated as McCort cleared the zone. And it's sent right back in now by Jason Petrick. Rolling down the right wing side. Petrick 2 strides behind the center line, and the end result is an icing infraction. That'll take the face-off all the way back to the opposite end. We've remarked as to the tremendous crowd, the big turnout for this game here, and also all the sponsorship that went behind this. Haas's Steak and Sea House, a number of people that brought high school hockey, the championship games, to the city of Johnstown, and really we don't have time to thank everybody, but I think it's been a tremendous day for high school hockey in the city of Johnstown.
This is a great facility to have a function like this, and just great support, and I think all the teams and all the participants here have really enjoyed themselves today.
Face-off controlled by the wing Lions. Mark Scarbeck trying to work it in. He had it knocked away. McCort will have it, and Sean Deschamps able to backhand it out to center. Loose puck down the right wing side. Gathering it is Brett Houston. He's got a lot of speed. We'll get around Yakchuk's check. He walks in his backhand shot. Stopped that time by Sarletta on the doorstep. The puck sits, but Deschamps could not poke it in, and now some pushing and shoving afterwards here as Deschamps is up, grabbing his man in the side headlock. The fans appreciating the rough stuff after the whistle. We'll wait and see if any penalty time to be dished out here, but a good stop made that time by David Sarletta. While we sort it out, let's step aside. 10:44 remaining second period. It's St. Pius 2 and Bishop McCort 2 here on WJAC Radio and also WPAZ in Pottstown. Steenmark, and so will make it an offsetting minor situation. It will not affect the play on the ice. We'll still skate 5 skaters aside. St. Pius the 10th 2 and Bishop McCort Crimson Crushers 2. A pair of goals by Steve Zamias in this game. Along with Art McQuillan, Greg DeVito here from the Cambria County Wall Memorial. It's a pleasure to have you with us for this Class A state title game. Face-off pulled back by McCort. Petrick will just wrist it around the boards in behind the net area. Zamias reaching for it. And it poked out of his reach, but with some good work is able to get it back. He slips it on the doorstep. Carlson firing, and it goes in. Chris Carlson puts it in, and the Bishop McCort Crimson Crushers have taken a 3-2 lead.
Once again, Zamias, real good work down low, able to get the puck out, and the McCort team really with a lot of momentum right now. But nice play by Zamias. Well, he didn't score the goal. He had a lot of input on that goal.
Steve Zamias with great work behind the net. He's able to slip it out in front. And there was Christo Carlson to fire it low to the ice. It beats netminder David Sarletta between the wickets, just tucking itself in behind the far post. And Chris Carlson, with his first of the afternoon, has given McCort a 3-2 lead.
This line has all 3 McCort goals thus far. Carlson, Pyro, and Zamias really playing well as a 3-man unit.
So now the crowd into it once again, and here's McCort right back into the zone from the draw. Pyro goes left wing side. I believe a hand pass to be called. Well, Pyro tried to be sneaky with that one and just feed it along ever so gently to Chris Carlson, who would have been home free from the left wing circle, but a good job by the officiating crew to realize that the puck was forwarded with a hand in the offensive zone. That's an illegal maneuver, so the faceoff will occur outside the line. 10:27 remaining second period. 3-2, McCort on top. Played off of the far glass inside of the wing line's end. Shuffled right back out by Matt Cezak. Behind everybody was Brandon Gallagher, but a good job there by Loftus to break things up and send it back to the wing line end. Here's Moyer flipping it right up over the boards and out of play into the players' bench area. So another stoppage and a face-off. This one upcoming inside of the St. Pius end.
One thing McCort's done throughout the season is score goals in bunches. It'll be interesting to see whether or not they can generate more offensive pressure. But they score early and often, and a lot of times in bunches. So we'll see how that plays out here.
Face-off upcoming in the St. Pius end. Loftus will have it. He plays in some open ice on the left wing side. Here's Carlson going to Pyro. Left wing circle. He overskates his own play, and back goes Andy Levengood the other way. Levengood with some nice stick handling. He's able to get around one man. To the zone he comes. Right wing circle. Levengood on his forehand is dumped down on a heavy check by Loftus. Justin Loftus had him lined up and flattened him. Levengood appears to be a little stunned on the play. Will give chase behind the net, and again he's flattened by Loftus. Loose puck far side. Carlson will have it. Carlson going up the far boards, and here comes Pyro leading the rush. 2-on-2. Pyro looks to get around the man. Left wing circle on his backhand. He tried to slip one out in front. It was broken up on some nifty back checking by the lines. Here's Carlson now firing, and the save made that time by Sarletta. Loose in the near corner. Gathered in by Pyro. Pyro tried to work it out in front. Moyer is there to break things up. Zamias watches as it bounces to the left point. Kept alive by James Rizzo. Rizzo wrist shot through a crowd, and it missed the mark. It'll carry him to the near corner. Gathered in by St. Pius. They got a man behind the defense. Here's Levengood cutting in on a clean breakaway. He walks in. He makes his move. His backhand shot is wide of the net. Well, Levengood had a lot of net to work with. They simply missed the mark. And McCort getting back quickly are able to break things up out the center they come. Gallagher giving up the body, though, will thwart the rush, and Martis is content to bank it off the boards inside the wing line's end. With a steal is Carlson. He cuts in his backhand shot wide of the net. Scott Moyer back on the play. Tries to clear, but he cannot. Carlson at the left point. Off his backhand, he's content to sneak it deeper in the zone and head the bench for a line change. Now to 8:40 remaining second period. 3-2, Crimson Crushers on top. At center with that puck is Matt Sullivan. He'll jam it on the right wing boards back inside the wing line's end. With a near steal, Kenny Repack, but it's shuffled on to center. Jammed right back in by Dan Martis. And Crimson Crushers must clear the zone before they go back after it. Then off of the window on the right wing side. Hudek could not make the play. Levengood able to poke it deeper inside the McCort end. Dan Martis, first one back on the scene, circling around his own net, just plays it to some open ice on the left wing side. Coming on is Kenny Repack with a full head of steam. Here's Repack 2-on-2. He puts his head down, slap shot, and he pulled the trigger wide. At the right point, Martis tried to pinch in and keep. He went after the man instead of the puck and is able to knock Scarbeck away from it. At center, the bouncing Biscuit, followed by Scarbeck, and into the zone he plays it to Levengood. Levengood left wing side, his wrist shot, and the save made by Brezovic. It'll bounce to the near corner. Scarbeck after it, trying to kick it out in front. 3 McCort players all around them. They finally use that suffocating defense to break things up as they send it to length of the ice. It's an icing infraction, bringing the face-off all the way back inside the McCort end. 7:47 remaining second period. It's 3-2. Bishop McCort will step aside here on WJC Radio and WPAZ in Pottstown. The Cambria County Wallmobile play is on deep inside of the wing line's end. McCort looking to add to their 3-2 lead. Houston trying to work it out in front. DeShong battling as well. They'll pin it to the far boards along with Joey Kuchik, and Kuchik is able to keep it pinned there long enough using his skates for a face-off to the right of the wing line's net. 7:17 remaining second period. 3-2. Bishop McCort on top. Steve Zamias with a pair of goals and an assist in this one. Chris Carlson the other tally for the Crimson Crushers. For the wing lions, Mark Scarbeck and Brendan Gallagher. St. Pius X has come in here, and even though they've been outshot 17-9, a very evenly played hockey game so far. The wing Lions making the most of their few opportunities at the other end. Moments ago, though, a breakaway attempt by Levengood was thwarted as he missed the net on a backhand attempt. Here's McGee now giving up the body to block a shot. Gallagher will work it ahead, and again behind the defense comes Scott Moyer, right wing side. Jack Kabowski putting on a burst of speed, is able to get there and knock things out of reach. And now a penalty upcoming here as Moyer was dumped down. A roughing call. I believe it's going against Sean DeShong of Bishop McCort, and St. Pius X back to work on the man advantage. Goes to work in this penalty kill situation. Face-off won by St. Pius. Here's Moyer with a drive right through a crowd on a good stop made by Brezovic at the last moment. At the left point, Unruh tried to keep it in, but he could not, and it's sent out to center. Moyer will have to wait for his mates to reassemble as he tried to play it back inside the zone and went over the body of Greg Kuchma into the playing bench area, and so we'll have a face-off upcoming at neutral. Well, along with Art McQuillan, Greg DeVito here from the Cambria County War Memorial in Johnstown, Pennsylvania. It's a pleasure to have you with us, and I'd like to welcome those of you in the Pottstown area listening to this game on WPAZ 1370 in Pottstown, Pennsylvania, as St. Pius and Bishop McCort battling for the Class A title game. They sent over the far boards all the way back inside of the wing line's end, and they'll go back there to set up their power play attempt. Stolen away by Houston, as backhanded shot from a sharp angle. The save made that time by Sarletta. Getting it out of his own zone and leading the rush up now will be Kurt Unruh. Unruh had his pocket picked by Houston. Levengood with a hit on Houston. And I think Levengood is picking up a penalty here. Brett Houston had his mask dislodged. It will be a cross-checking call against Levengood. That'll negate the final 120 of this power play, but now the second referee coming in has made a call as well. Now, who is this one going against? I saw a cross-checking signal. And was there a high stick, or was a high stick on the puck? I thought there was more than one penalty dished out.
Penalty, St. Pius, number 9, Anthony Levengood. 2 minutes for high sticking. Time for penalty, 8:38.
Apparently not. I thought I saw 2 calls made that time, a cross-check and a high stick.
And unless he blew it dead because Houston's mask did become dislodged, so he may have blown it dead just for the injury factor.
That could have been. Back comes Gallagher now. He'll go left wing side. Scarbeck back to Gallagher. Shooting, he scores. Brendan Gallagher and a nice give and go on the backhand. Beats Sean Brezovic. The McCort goaltender low glove side. And St. Pius has come back to tie things up at 3 apiece. So the 4-on-4 situation pays off for the wing Lions as they capitalize here moments after it right from the faceoff. And Brendan Gallagher, keeping one low to the ice for the second time in this game, has beaten Brezovic. It's a 3-3 game. Nice
feed from Mark Scarbeck to get him to get Gallagher the puck, so he would be in a situation where he could challenge Brezovic. Real nice touch pass through the McCort defenseman to enable him to have that scoring opportunity.
Brendan Gallagher, his second of the afternoon from Scarbeck at 8:44. Back comes Pyro now for McCort. He is dumped down as he could not get to it. Moyer with a good job back-checking. Here's Carlson with it now in front of the net. It's deflected in the save. The rebound, Pyro to the cage, and it's stopped by Sarletta as he holds on for a face-off to the right of the wing Lions net. Well, I'm telling you, this St. Pius X team just hanging around here in this game. They've been outshot 19-11, but they're able to tie things up at the 8:44 mark. Brendan Gallagher, second of the afternoon from Mark Scarbeck, and we're all knotted up at 3 apiece.
McCort needs to take the first available shot that presents itself. They're trying to take every shot from right in the low slot area, right on top of Sarletta. They've just got to shoot the puck, get the puck to the net, and then worry about the rebounds because they're trying to be too perfect here.
Face off to the right of the St. Pius net. It's pulled back to the left point. Scarbeck there, though, to break things up, and Brendan Gallagher's getting it out to center. Dan Martis lost possession. Scarbeck trying to work it inside the zone. Back checking well, though, is Josh Pyro. Out the center, he leads Dan Martis. Martis, a defenseman, will lead it up to Chris Carlson. He's got some room to work. A slap shot and the save made by Sarletta on the heavy drive by Chris Carlson from about 30 feet away.
He really just got his pads closed on that shot, too. That almost snuck through, but good low, hard drive by Carlson. Got the puck to the net. That's what McCort needs to do here to be effective. They're trying to be too cute, make that perfect play, make one too many passes. They've got to get the puck to the net and then bang away at the rebounds because Sarletta's played strong thus far.
5:40 remaining, second period. Tied at 3-3. Stevie Zamias, a pair of goals and an assist in this game. Scarbeck and Gallagher have been the two for the St. Pius Lions. Scarbeck with a goal and an assist, while Gallagher has a pair of goals to his credit. The most recent coming at 8:44 the second period to tie things at 3 apiece. 5.5 remaining in the middle frame as it's worked by St. Pius all the way back in the Bishop McCort end. Down to 20 seconds remaining in the 4-on-4 situation before McCort goes to work an abbreviated 40-second power play. Out the center leading the rush is Brett Houston. Houston gets around one man. He cuts his way between the defense on his back end. The shot is stopped by Sarletta. The rebound pokes to the far corner. Kutzma with a heavy check placed on Moyer, but a whistle here. We'll have a holding call, and this one should be up going against St. Pius as they had possession of the puck. I believe that the legally challenged on the play is Matt Cizak. Off to the sin bin he goes, and McCort goes to work on the man advantage when we return. 5:12 remaining second period. We're tied at 3 here on WJAC Radio and WPAZ in Pottstown.
Penalty to St.
Back at the Cambria County Walman Boyle, play is on as Matt Cizek went off for a holding call. Here's Kutzma, right point, heavy slap shot deflected wide of the cage. McCort, a two-man advantage now for the next 35 seconds. They'll slow things down and set it up at the right point. Kutzma banned on a wrist shot. Did he keep it in? No, he didn't. It'll be a delayed offside. McCort has to clear the zone, and Brendan Gallagher, a heads-up play for St. Pius, will belt it the length of the ice, sending the Crushers all the way back to reset. 4:40 remaining second period. We're tied at 3. 18 seconds remaining in the 5-on-3 for the Crushers. Left wing side, Kutzma shooting, and it's deflected wide of the cage. At the right point, pinching in is Houston to keep things alive. He'll play it to the bottom of the right wing circle to Kutzma. Back right point, Martis wide open. Slap shot deflected just wide of the far post. Here's Kutzma now. After at the bottom of the left wing circle, he'll have it side the net to Pyro. One man is back for the wing Lions. It's now a 5-on-4. Kutzma doesn't see the man coming. He'll bring it near side instead. Martis on the doorstep. He had a man, and Houston tried to set up the pretty play rather than shooting, and he missed the mark. Walking in now with a wrist shot that time as Kutzma. It's deflected wide. Martis at the right point, able to work it in behind the net. It's gathered in, though, by the Lions. They'll play it near side, not out. Martis right point will have it. He doesn't shoot. Instead, left wing circle on his forehand. Firing his Pyro in the stop made by Sarletta. Here's Houston in the near corner. Puck rolling on edge. He'll settle things down, works it in front, and it's blocked off of the doorstep by goaltender Sarletta. Played around the boards, but not out. Martis right point. Good cross-ice pass. Left point. Kutzma shooting, and it's deflected wide by Brett Houston. In the near corner, McCort will have it again. 30 remaining on the man advantage. Carlson in front of the net. They try to set it up. Here's Kutzma walking in. His wrist on. Hey, scores! Greg Kutzma puts it in, and the power play goal has given McCort a 4-3 lead.
Real nice offensive production there on the McCort power play. Very patient, worked the puck around, waited for a good quality shot, and Kutzma made no mistake. He buried that one. He left no doubt about that.
Greg Kutzma able to fire it beyond the reach of David Sarletta, who had made numerous key stops in the 5-on-3 disadvantage, but Kutzma finally able to poke one in, and the Crimson Crushers have jumped back out on top 4-3.
St. Pius starting to drag a little bit. You saw 3 heads drop there on that goal. They've put forth an admirable effort this far, but we'll have to see how the numbers situation affects them. They're not near as deep on their bench as McCort is on theirs.
So now the crowd into it again as McCort working that puck around very effectively on the man advantage, and Kutzma able to bury it to give the Crimson Crushers a 4-3 lead. Back to action as it's jammed in by Matt Sullivan. The rebound in the near corner. Sullivan looks to work it out in front. He went right point to Justin Loftus. Good job by Loftus to keep, and his shot was scooped up off of the ice surface that time by David Sarletta, a goaltender for the Wing Lions of St. Pius X.
Bishop McCort goal scored by number 18.
Greg Kutzma getting that power play goal at the 11:25 mark. Brett Houston will get the first assist on the goal, and the second one will go to Chris Carlson. As the power play goal by McCort, their second and third opportunities. Second of their 3 opportunities they've had so far in the afternoon, and they regain the lead at 4-3. Play on the near side of the St. Pius end. It's fed around the boards, far side. Rizzo tried to keep it. He could not. Look out here. Levengood coming on. Good job, though, by Rizzo to use his body and shield it away from Levengood as he will sneak that puck all the way back inside the Wing Lions' end. The near steal coming on near side after that puck. It's Kenny Repack. Repack will have it now, center point. Levengood caught him with his head down and sent him flying away from the puck. McGee now trying to chop it out. He lost the edge of his skates. Rizzo following with a wrist shot. That one through a crowd, and it flagged over the outside of the net. Loose puck on the right wing side, gathered in by Scarbeck, and Scarbeck able to play it up to Levengood. 2:35 remaining in the period. 4-3. McCort on top, and Levengood absolutely flattened at center. Loftus trying to get the motor going, but he lost possession. Here's Scarbeck back 1-on-3. Mark Scarbeck, right wing side. Hooked from behind by Loftus. He'll just bank it off of the end boards in behind the McCort net area, where it's gathered in by Crimson Crusher and on to center they lead it. Here's Chris Carlson assuming possession. Carlson on the right wing side, cuts around the defenses. Wrist shot, and the glove save made by Sarletta. Loose from behind the net. Trying to send it out in front that time was Josh Pyro, but he could not. Carlson with a steal in the far corner. Carlson skating away from a check. Had it booked away now by McGee. Carlson trying to lift his stick and get the puck right back. He did. He'll go left point. With it is James Rizzo. His wrist shot through a crowd. Deflected. Save made. The rebound. Trying to poke it in as Zamias, but he could not put it in across the line as the whistle blows. And a face-off upcoming to the right of the Wing Lions net. 1:52 remaining second period. We owe for a timeout. We'll take it here. It's 4-3 Bishop McCort on WJAC and WPAZ in Pottstown. Yeah, that's all right, Deb. Oh. Thought we'd miss another one. Back at the Cambria County War Memorial. Play is on with 1:45 remaining second period. 4-3 McCort on top. Here's Zamias right wing side. Shooting up high, and the save made that time by David Sarletta, who saw it through a crowd. Sarletta, who was actually falling backwards, moving from his left to the right, was able to keep that shot by Zamias out of harm's way. And Stevie Zamias looking for the hat trick here in this game. Denied on the good stop by Sarletta. Face-off upcoming to his left.
This line's really played well for McCort. Steve Zamias, the underclassman. In fact, Pyro and Carlson, a pair of juniors, back next year for Bishop McCort. So they'll be a force to be reckoned with next year as well.
Pyro stepping in for the draw against Gallagher. Wins it cleanly. Jakubowski with a drive. It was blocked. Center point. Petrick fans on a shot, and look out here. Scarbeck with a mini breakaway. Scarbeck wrapped up by Jakubowski. Still with that puck is turning. Shot is stopped by Brezovic. A penalty upcoming. It'll be going against Jason Jakubowski. We have a holding call here, as Petrick fanned on the slap shot attempt from the center point area, and Scarbeck was off to the races. A good bit of speed that time by Jakubowski enabled him to get back into the play, but he is guilty of the holding infraction.
Scarbeck showed a lot of athleticism there, able to control the puck with Jakubowski draped all over him, able to do basically a 180 type move, and which turned into eventually a 360, pivoted the whole way around, but got the puck in on Brezovic, but Jakubowski will go for 2 minutes for pulling him down.
So Jakubowski a 2-minute minor for holding. St. Pius the 10th on their fourth man advantage of the game. They trail 4-3 with 1:28 to go in the second period of play. Face-off controlled by McCort, and skating away to the near side is Brett Houston. He's been really quiet in this game, putting on a burst of speed. He gets around the defense short-handed. He cuts in a shot, and it rolled off of the arm that time of the goaltender David Sarletta up over the crossbar. It'll be a slashing call here, though, against St. Pius, as Houston got that shot away on the short-handed break. Matt Cizik will be the legally challenged, and so that negates a would-be St. Pius power play.
Houston with real good wheels there to split the St. Pius defense and have a quality scoring chance from the slot area.
So that'll even things up, making it a 4-on-4 situation the rest of the way. With just a minute 15 remaining here in the second period, barring any further penalties, of course. This face-off controlled by McCort. Houston will have it. Left wing circle, a snapshot, and it stopped that time by Sorletto, who had gone down. Well, you really see some tongues dragging on the ice now, the St. Pius Lions. And indeed, Art, what you have been touching on all game long is that the depth of the McCort Crushers would more than likely wear this team down. You can really see it taking effect here.
Well, you can see Scarbeck and Gallagher have really had a ton of ice time already, and they are starting to drag just a bit.
Here's Houston now, left wing side, just a minute remaining in the second period. Poked out of his reach, Scarbeck giving chase to center. Will poke it away from Dan Martis. Foot race now, Scarbeck gets after it, left wing side, shoots and scores! Mark Scarbeck able to blister one up over the outstretched glove of goaltender John Brezovic. And the St. Pius, the 10th Lions, have tied the game at 4.
Scarbeck with a good burst of speed. Just when you think his tug's dragging on the ice, he was able to kick the puck loose and basically just outrace the McCort defender to the puck and blistered a slap shot. Shot it right away. I'm not sure Brezovic anticipated the shot coming that quickly, but as soon as he secured possession of that puck and had tracked it down, he let it go, and really Brezovic really left that side of the net extremely wide open. Needs to do just a bit better job on cutting down on that angle there, because Scarbeck really had a lot of room to work with there, a lot of net to work with.